What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rob back with another video. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you my 1 week with the OnePlus 10 Pro. Now, first off, let me just say that on today's video, I'm rocking out the Spigen slim fit case with the OnePlus. If you're interested in this particular case, I will leave the links down below. Another favorite of mine has the web backing, volume rocker on the side, power, access to the notification toggle, protect the camera very well. So the Spigen Slim Fit will be down below the link for it if you are interested in this particular case. Now, first off, let's start with the actual build quality of this phone. Now, I do like the materials that are used. Display is the glass display is pretty nice. I do like the feel of it. Has nice weight to it. It's not it doesn't feel cheap in any way. As far as the power button being on the right side and the volume rocker on the left with your toggle switch up above, that is classic OnePlus. The thing that kind of throws me off about the actual design, that is nothing of what I call a breakthrough. This phone feels very close, and this is my opinion, very close to the OnePlus 7 Pro. The only thing missing is the pop-up camera. This phone has that look to it, the way the curves in the corners look to me, and it's not a favorite look that I prefer with OnePlus. Now, if you're gonna go with something of a curved look, I would much prefer you would have tried to go the route of the Galaxy S21. Now, even though this has a curved display, and I don't prefer curved displays, if you're gonna do one, do it similar to this. I think what makes this curved display a little bit more acceptable is the thickness of the phone. This phone is much thinner, and it just feels like this phone has a little bit more weight behind it, and the curves isn't as, it doesn't feel, even though it looks that the curves fall off as much as it does with the OnePlus. It just doesn't feel that way. I feel like I got more access to my display in comparison to the corners of the OnePlus 10 phone. I want to talk about the display. Now, the display itself, I like it. I do like the ability to go in and really punch up the colors and kind of make it as saturated as you would like. Make sure you cut the auto brightness off. That tends to, I think, in my opinion, harms the phone. As you can see, I have it set for vivid, but the display is still behind the Samsung's display. One can top Samsung, but if you had to if you're making this choice, and let's say you're a first timer with the OnePlus phone, and you're trying to consider between two Androids, because I don't think Apple can come into this argument when it comes to displays. They tend to, in my opinion, mute their colors. They have nice displays on the iPhones, but who can look at the wallpaper when everything is covered up by icons? So it's really hard to grade a iPhone except for how you can view it in sunlight, direct sunlight, or how it views at various angles. But I'm not going to get off on the iPhone tangent about their displays. But in comparison to Samsung, if you had to break everything down, Samsung's number one. You could make an argument for the OnePlus display being number 2 in this choice selection, and iPhone being 3. And I just mean just looking. I don't mean, because everybody knows Samsung's make iPhones displays, but again, OnePlus, they do a pretty decent job with the displays, whether you're in dark mode or you're in light mode. Camera. Now, as far as the look of the camera setup, very handsome camera setup. Probably the best looking camera setup out. Even, you know, I would say it's almost, I'd say it's better looking than iPhones. But I do like the way it looks. Now, as far as the picture quality of it, let's say if you're a techie, you will see the differences between Samsung and iPhones when it comes to the picture quality. But if you're an everyday customer, which I hope is the type of person that's viewing this video, this camera will take care of all your social media needs, whether you're Facebook, I don't know who still use Facebook, but or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, vacations, family trips, whatever, this camera will take great pictures. The techie in your family who starts talking to you about bokeh and all of that, I'm quite sure you're gonna look at them like they're crazy, but these do take great portrait shots. So again, it is still number 3 out of the 2. If you're comparing this phone to the 2 big dogs, this will be number 3. Performance and software. This is getting where I'm starting to have a little trouble with OnePlus. I can see little bits of Oppo Color OS creeping into Oxygen OS. And the last thing North America, this side of the world, needs is Android's iPhone clone. Please, Oppo, do not. The more Color OS you let come into the actual Oxygen OS, you're heading down a bad path with this phone. I think over time, the more Oppo influences this OnePlus phone, I think the further behind it will fall. If you stick to being more closer to Oxygen OS, you will have success. If you're trying to catch the eyes of people on this side of the hemisphere by making this phone more Apple-like, then you're gonna lose. There's no way you will win that battle against Apple, so stick to being Android, not Apple-like. Other than that, the launcher, the added features to the launchers is welcome. The vanilla look, the way you can accent and take care of your phone as far as customizing and what have you, you're doing a good job with that. But please, from a software standpoint, stay closer to what the Google Pixel is than trying to copy so much of Apple, because you can't beat Apple being Apple. That's just my opinion with some of the things I've been noticing with OnePlus, this iteration of OnePlus 10 Pro. Battery wise, all day, you should have no problem. 5,000 milliamp battery, shouldn't really have a problem. There's not too much you can discuss about a battery, just based on your usage and how much you use your phone throughout the day. But I don't know anybody who forgets their chargers. And if you happen to be a person who did forget your charger, you can get through the whole day with this phone. So that pretty much does it with my 7 days with the OnePlus. If I had to give it a score on a scale of 1 to 10, it's kind of like in a 7.5, 8. And the reason why I'm dinging it maybe 2 points, 2.5 points, is from a software standpoint, where it is too much Color OS and should be more Oxygen OS. And Oppo influences starting to creep in. That's the only reason why I dinged it, and the actual design of it. I'm not a curved display type of person, but it is there, and some people like it. I'm just of the opinion that it is kind of old as far as this look. So if you like this video, please leave your comments down below of what you like and what you probably dislike about the OnePlus phone this year. And if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, and catch everybody next one. I'm out.